giving all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Yahweh, and double honor to the man that's out there on the highway and byway pushing the truth as well as putting truth over the worldwide internet, preaching this word day in, day out, and rain, sleet, and snow. I would like to say the water to the man of great millstone for doing an excellent job, pushing the truth, reaching the hopeful leg to put them out of the two-thirds state of mind so that we can be beamed up onto the chariots of salvation. Yahweh Ratazah, we are his hopeful elect that will be in the kingdom with King David under the rulership and the authority and command of Yahweh Shai. I would like to say that I'm not a member of GMS, but I believe GMS has 1% truth for the Bible. Also to the men and women that listen and learn, continue in the faith of Yahweh. By Shem Yahweh Shai, keep praying and repenting, and keep the commandment to the best of your ability, as it states in John 14:15. If you love me, keep my commandment, as well as Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh, for this is the whole duty of man. Okay, as you see here, Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shai, made made the world for our sake. As you see, the 12 tribes of Israel, starting with Judah, American, so-called black, Benjamin, West Indies, so-called black, Levi, Haitian, Ephraim, the Puerto Ricans, so-called Puerto Ricans, Manasseh, Cuban, Simeon, Dominican Republican, Zebulon, Guatemala to Panama and Maya, Gad, Native American, Indian, Reuben, Seminole Indian, Asher, Colombia to Uruguay, Incas, Issachar, Mexican, Aztec, Natalia, Argentina, Chile. So, we have been scattered all through Africa, all through the world, all the way to America, from Canada, Central America, and South America. But like I said, the biggest bulk of the children of Israel is in the north, here in America, Central and South America, as well as Canada. And we are located here in the western part of the world, where we went to carry out our slavery, and we are still here in this land of captivity. And Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, and time willing, he's going to come back and get us and pull us out of this hellhole that we in. So we as a people have to come back to who we once were, so that we can get this understanding, knowing that Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is only for the children of Israel and no one else. Even Yahweh Shai told a lady that I am only sent for the children of Israel and no one else. I believe that's in Matthew. Let's see, can I find it? Matthew. If I'm not mistaken, let me find this. I want to. Oh, bear with me. It says here, Matthew 15:24. He said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So, he's always with the house of Israel. Let's go to another one. Let's go to Psalm, where he gave us the commandments. Gave it to Moses to give it to the children of Israel. It says here, he showed his word unto Jacob, which is Jacob, he's the father of the 12 tribes of Israel, and his stature and his judgment unto Israel. Verse 20, he has not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgment, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. So he only gave the laws and commandments only to the children of Israel. Let's go back. Let's go to another one. It says here, Deuteronomy 7:6, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God had chosen thee to be a special people unto him above all people that are upon the face of the earth. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor chose you. The Lord chose us, nor chose you because ye were more in number than any people, for ye were the fewest of all people. So we are a chosen people by the Heavenly Father. So we are special. We are a peculiar people, you know. And the good Lord, He is now punishing us because we went against His laws and commandments. We was, being silly, ignorant, people, wicked people. And He turned His back on us, you know. So let's go to Second Ezra 6:45. Says here, and after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. Okay, that's a discrepancy right there. That's a division right there. Let's read again. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people whom thou hast chosen. And the people that he had chosen these people before the earth was formed. When he made Yahushua, because Yahushua was the first creation, then Yahushua made the elect, So the elect was already chosen, but the elect is going to come out of the 12 tribes of Israel right here, as you see. So, it's going to be a total of 144,000 of the elect. And you're going to have the 1/3 also that cannot be counted. It says it'd be like the sand of the sea. It will not be counted. So it says here, 55, and all this I have spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sake. Yahweh Bashim Hashai made the world for our sake. Let's go to 2nd Ezra 7:10. And I said, it is so, Yahweh. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel portion. Because, verse 11, because for their sake I made the world. And when Adam transgressed my statute, then was the decree that now is done. So the world was made for us, for our sake. But when we took the laws and commandments and did what we wanted to do and not pay attention, the world was taken away from us. He put a lesser nation with no understanding for the elderly, for the men and women and children, for the whole Israel nation. He didn't care anything about them, with the horrific stuff that he did to the children of Israel, So that's why we in the state that we are now. We in the captivity state that we are now. We getting ran over, getting shot at. We first fired, last hired. We are in the slums and the ghettos. The barrios. The reservations with no clean water. We always looked at as whenever there's any type of experiment that need to be done, they look at us as a crash dummies for the medical field. Uh, uh, we're lesser than a human being. What 5/8 of a human being or whatever. But anyway, we are Yahweh Bashim Yahashai chosen people. So as it states here in John 3:16, it says this here. For Yahweh so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, which is Yahweh Shah, Himashiach Yahweh Shah, that whoever believeth in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. So, in this world that is talking about is only talking about the world of Israel. When you read John 3:1 through 16, when Yahweh Shah was talking to Nicodemus, He was only talking about the children of Israel. He was setting an example the way that Abraham, going back into Numbers 19, and I'm going to go there in a second, but the way Abraham had made a brass serpent, a brass fiery serpent to put on a pole to be lifted up in front of the children of Israel was an example of how Yahweh was going to be lifted up in front of the children of Israel, that whoever believes in him will be saved. Just like the man that was on his, I want to say it was on his right side, I think. It was two men, and Yahushua was in the middle, and one of the men said that he did evil and we deserve this judgment that was brought forth on us. Whenever you enter in your kingdom, please remember me. And Yahushua granted that man rest and his wish, and he is now either in the kingdom or he's in the spiritual world and on the right hand side of Yahweh angels, in the spirit world, or he's back into the earth right now today in the truth, and who knows, But let's go to Numbers 19. It says here, hold on, let me make sure I get this here. Okay. Salaki, if it wasn't 19, Numbers 20. I'm going to start at 10. Numbers 20 and 10. And Moses and Aaron gathered the congregation together before the rock, and he said unto them, Hear now, ye rebels, must we fetch? Hold on, no, that ain't it. That's not it. Salaki for that. Salaki for that noise. Okay, this is right here. Numbers 21. I'm going to read it all the way down from 5 to 9. Numbers 21 and 5. And the people spake against Yahweh and against Moses. Wherefore have ye brought us out of Egypt to die in the wilderness? For there is no bread, neither is there any water, and our soul loatheth this light bread. So the people of Israel, they saw the miracles of what Yahweh did. The change, the changing of the water to blood, the insects that flew into Egypt and ate all their crop, the darkness of the night that fell amongst them. All the Egyptian firstborn and cattle died. I mean, all these miracles. And then the biggest one was the parting of the water. And they walked across the Red Sea on dry ground. And you still had Israelite men, Salakia for that. I had to get my dog upstairs making all that noise. So you had Israelites that saw, that witnessed all these miracles that Yahushua did, and they still murmured. They still got angry at Moses and Yahweh for all that he had done, and they wanted to go back to Egypt because they got hungry, they were thirsty, and they wanted to go back to Egypt because of a couple of ailments. Listen, in order to have something, you're going to have to suffer through it. And they're just, they're just how our people is. We have been pampered with Esau benefits and whenever we go through a little something, we want to argue and bitch and moan about it. And that's what the children of Israel did. They argued and bitch and moan because of what the Egyptian, even though they worked them like hell, and Esau worked us over here in America like hell too, but he also gave us, benefits that kept us going, food and shelter and stuff like that, which it was nothing. It was something. But when that stuff is snatched away from you, you want to bitch and moan, but you got freedom. Your oppressors are no longer with you. The Egyptian, their soldiers was, all those men were drowned in the Red Sea. You're free. Free should be better than food and water. Even though yes, we do need it, but why would you want to go back to captivity behind some a little bit of food and a little bit of water, and then you right under captivity, right back in the same place? But anyway, I continue on. Verse 6. And the Lord sent fiery serpents amongst the people, and they bit the people, and much people of Israel died. Therefore the people came to Moses and said, We have sinned. We have spoken against Yahweh and against thee. Pray unto Yahweh that he take away the serpent from us. And Moses prayed for the people. Verse 8, and Yahweh said unto Moses, Make thee a fiery serpent, and set it up on a pole, and it shall come to pass that everyone that is bitten, when he look upon it, shall live. Verse 9, and Moses made a serpent of brass, and put it up on a pole, and it came to pass that if a serpent had bitten any man, when he beheld the serpent of brass, he lived. So when the children of Israel when the children of Israel that was bitten looked up on the pole and saw the brass fiery snake, they lived. And this is pretty much John 3:16, basically. Let me go back. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, John 3:16 basically was the way Yahushua was set up, was an example of how he was going to save the children of Israel. That, like the Numbers 24 was an example of how he was going to save the children of Israel. He was going to be placed up on a pole, which was a cross, a wooden cross, and he was going to come and die for our sin. The shedding of his blood, he was going to die for our sin. So that's pretty much, almost like a metaphor of his death. He coming to save the children of Israel by dying for us. And whoever believed on him, he's going to save us. So it says here, this right here was only talking about the children. It wasn't talking about the whole world. It says here, John 3:13, and no man has ascended up to heaven but he that came down from heaven, even the Son of Man which is in heaven. And Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Man be lifted up, that whoever believe in him should not perish but have eternal life. So that example that happened in Numbers 24 is the same thing that he was talking to Nicodemus about, that he would have to do for the children of Israel in John 3:16. So they both go hand in hand. It wasn't talking about the whole world. It was only talking about the world of Israel. So when you go to, let's go to John 3:15, it says here, no, John 3:16, for Yahweh so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever. Now let's find out who is this whosoever. Go to Acts 2:22. Okay. And it says with 2:21, I'm sorry, Acts 2:21. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of Yahweh shall be saved. Ye men of Israel, hear these words. So whosoever was talking about the men of Israel, the children of Israel, not the whole world. Okay, let's go back to John 3:16 again. And it says here that whosoever believe in him shall not perish, but have eternal everlasting life. All right, everlasting life. Let's go to, bear with me, Isaiah 45 and 17. Said, but Israel shall be saved in Yahweh with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded world without end. So we're only talking about the world of Israel with an everlasting salvation. And the good Lord, Yahweh made more than just one world. Let's go to Hebrew. Let's say Hebrew. Here it is right here. Hebrew 1 and 2. It says, I'm going to start at 1. Yahweh, who at sundry time and in diverse manner spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophet, hath in this last day spoken unto us by the Son, whom he have appointed heir of all things. By him also he made the world. You got, let's say, give you an example of the world that he talking about. The world, let's say, I want to do. There's a lot of people that still probably remember a different world. You remember that song, "A Different World from Where You Come From"? Well, when you come, this particular world here is talking about different people from different parts of the world coming to a university, and they come from another world, from another background. You have Asians with their background coming to the university. You have so-called black from the South with their background coming to the university. You have a different way of life. Your world is different from the Chinese world. The so-called black man, his life, his world is totally different from the Chinese. So, and also another example is this right here. You have the world of sports that consists of football, basketball, hockey, boxing. Then you have the world of, let's say, the world, the fishing world. The fishing world. You have the bass, your trout, red snapper. It's whatever organization of a group of people that's working together. That's is your particular world. You have the people that do research for cancer, the world of cancer. You have the world of AIDS. You have a certain group of people that's working in that particular set and that particular world doing a job. But when you talk about the whole world, when it comes down to Israel, it's only talking about these people here. This is the world of Israel, which have 12 tribes in this nation, and the 12 tribes of Israel have some of the same characteristics that the rest of the world don't have. We're suffering differently from the rest of the world. We are the salt of the world, as Yahweh Shai said. We are the salt of the world. So our world is different from the rest of the world because we are Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, chosen nation of people. So that would make us different. But the rest of the world, you know, they have their own thing, and the rest of the world are at a higher uh, class than the 12 tribes of Israel. We're the one suffering. We're the one going through trials and tribulation more than any other nation of the world. You know. So let's go. Like I said, there's many different worlds. So let's go to Hebrew 13 and let's find the other one so that people won't be thinking, well, that's a typo or whatever. And bear with me. Not trying to make this here too long. I think it's Hebrew 3. Let me find it because I know it's in Hebrew. There's two of them in here. 11 and 3. That's the one. Through faith, we understand that the world was framed by the word of Yahweh Shai, so that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. So when people, like I said again, John 3:16, it was not talking about the whole world. It was only talking about the world of Israel. As you see here, Hebrew 1 and 2, it says world. Hebrew 11 to 13, it says world. So the thing is, this particular world that John 3:16 is talking about the 12 tribes of Israel, the world of Israel. It's not talking about the whole world. When you look up the word world on when you get the origin of world, it's a cosmos, and cosmos is only it's a arrangement, government, and a constitution. You know, that's pretty much what it is. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. That's pretty much all I got to say on that. But the laws and commandments was only given to us, the children of Israel. We are Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, chosen people. And that's pretty much it. Well, I hope it was edifying, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Shalom.